forearms, get a nice pump for these biceps. First exercise is a seated dumbbell curl. I put the bench to an incline to make sure that when I go down, I can get a full extension of the tricep, kind of flex it a little to make sure that the bicep is disengaging and re-engaging as I come up. I pin my elbows to my side and make sure I don't swing the weight at all. Also, I wait to curl the dumbbell back to the neutral position at the bottom. When I get to the top, I get a full squeeze for 1 second and then let down. Next exercise I'm going to do is a standing barbell curl. Make sure my body is very stable and I make sure my arms are doing all the work. Sometimes you'll see right here I'll switch my stance to be 1 foot forward to take some of the pressure off of my back and be a little bit more balanced. I try not to swing at all. This exercise is the single arm dumbbell preacher curl. I open my chest right here to allow the bicep to do all the work and make sure my shoulder is not engaging. I'll use my arm that is not doing the work to prevent myself from coming back into the preacher rack. This is the concentration curl. I make sure my elbow is either against my knee or when I do it in mid-air leaning on something, I do not move my elbow. I squeeze as hard as I can at the top of the contraction. Next, I'm doing the hammer curl. I make sure I have a good stance here to keep my body from moving back or forth. I never swing my back or my legs. I also make sure not to swing the weights. I keep my elbows closely tucked in towards my body and make sure I'm lifting straight up and straight down. This exercise is great for the forearms and the biceps. This really helps you improve your grip. Well, there goes the shirt. I guess it was covering up too much muscle. It's time to get rid of it and really start this workout. I'm going to go back for my second set of seated incline dumbbell curls. Again, I'm making sure that my elbows are tucked in as much as possible without it being awkward, as well as I twist the weights at the bottom to make sure I'm doing a full rep and I'm not twisting or swinging the weights at all. I'll look from bicep to bicep to make sure I'm getting full contraction. This helps with the mind-muscle connection. Here goes my second set of standing curls again too. You'll see that my body's starting to get a little fatigued. I try my best not to swing while still repping out the weight. I'll change my stance a few times here just to make sure there's not too much pressure on my back. Basically my set and rep range goes for, I do 4 workouts back to back to back with 1 minute rest, and I'll do that for 4 sets. Then I'll rest 1.5 minutes and do another set of 4 different exercises for 4 rounds. I'll post that link in the bottom here to show you guys. But this is my second set of preacher curls. Again, I'm keeping my shoulder out of it by opening up my chest. Switch arms here. Sometimes I look in the mirror to make sure I'm getting good form. Second round of hammers right here. Basically, I'm making sure my body's not swinging. Nice, slow, full contractions. When I get a little fatigued on these, sometimes I will swing the weight. Kind of a quick up tempo motion, control it, and go down slowly. Only when I'm exhausted and need to pump out the reps. Here's one of my best kept secrets. I really shouldn't be giving this away because this is what builds my arms really well. I get in a seated chair position. I really put my weight back and I pull the ropes, getting the full extension at the bottom to make sure I'm stretching the biceps. I kind of pull up towards my ear, making sure on one I go one side, one arm's doing the work and the other's just stabilizing. And on the opposite side, again, the one arm's pumping, the one is just stabilizing. These are great and really good way to pump a lot of blood in those biceps. Here I'm rocking out the reverse curls. You'll see I have an overhand grip. I really drop the weight when I do this. I do much lighter than I normally curl. I typically do like 30 to 40 pounds. Make sure I get nice solid reps. I'm not swinging. I also engage my wrist to make sure my forearms get engaged. I basically use the same motion as a concentration curl. Instead of being bent over, I kind of stay upright and I use cables. I'll do very lightweight, slow reps to make sure I'm getting a nice pump. I make sure my wrist is a little unhinged here so my biceps don't work and I'm not engaging my forearms too much. You'll see me staring at my bicep as I do these reps. I get a lot of friends that give me a hard time for just staring in the mirror and doing curls is what they say. But but what I'm really doing is just making sure that the right muscle is doing the right contraction. It's much easier if you're looking at it to think about it and to make your body do the right contraction. Make sure you're pumping the right muscle. Alright, now that I got my arms fully inflated, I'm finished with my workout. I'm going to do a quick burnout set. I do a lot of burnout sets at the end of my workouts to make sure I get any last pump that I can with blood. Right here, I'll do 10 reps, good control, hands underneath at like an 8-4 position to make sure I'm curling. Again, I'm not swinging my body. And I usually do this with a partner. Me and my partner will do 10 reps each until one of us can't do anymore. As you see here, they're nice and slow, coming up, coming down. These burnout sets are so brutal at the end of a workout, but it's the best way to finish strong, kind of like a sprint to the finish line. As you can see, my arms are really starting to get fatigued here. I'm pumping out every rep till I possibly can. Trying not to rest at all. Make sure I'm getting 10. Also, the first person to quit basically has to carry the other guy's gym bag to the car. So you definitely don't want to be the last person that can't do any more reps.